afternoon to everyone. You are welcome to Adkwart Studios. And today we are going to continue with our studies that we started last week on personal finance. And today we are going to look at budgeting, personal budgeting, how you can manage your expenses and then the income that you receive on a monthly or weekly or daily basis. So that is what we are going to talk about today. But before we zoom into today's education, I will entreat us all to like our page. If you are watching us on YouTube, click on the red button that you see that is subscribe, the subscribe button. Kindly click on that, and then you see a bell button there. You click on that one too. That is the notification button, so that whenever we drop a video, you'll be among the first people that can watch our video. So kindly do that, and then don't forget to share this video to your friends and family so they also get enlightened on their personal finance. And then if you're watching us on Facebook, kindly do so, like our page and then share it with your friends as well. If you have any comment to, just drop it in the comment box and we will gladly answer your question. And then if you're also watching us on TikTok, don't forget to share and then follow us and then like our page. Thank you very much. My name is Osu Echao and I'm your speaker for this afternoon. Thank you. Inti ebusafo ene yede twi ne brofo no ebefrafra sene ebe ya yenuanom omo nso nti brofo no nso ebetumi enya de chire ana de esuen ho nimdeɛ nti yɛde twi ne brofo no nyinaa no ebefrafra nti mo fa nkyɛ sɛ abasa sene ebe ya obia nso benya ne kyɛfa ɛwɔ yadesua yɛyɛ mo nti sɛ de medical ka no sɛ wohwɛ ɛwɔ YouTube a yɛbɛsrɛ wo sɛ wobɛ subscribe to your page wobɛhu subscribe button bi ɛwɔ hɔ wobɛ tap so and then o click so wie a wobɛhu sɛ adoma icon bi nso ɛda hɔ wobɛ click sa adoma icon no nso ɛso sɛne bɛ a yɛsɛne video biara na wobɛnya notification sɛ yɛde video foforɔ aba nso bɛtumi ahwɛ na wanya mu entiase afei nso wo Facebook a ebesro se obe like yen page no na like video no wo asem bu se bi kyerɛ wadwen bi wo comment bi nso a obetimi e dey ato comment box nim ana say comment space one I provide no then ye be ba bi you are no kama na nso wetimi atiase yeda mo ase ena wie ye hwe bibi afa budgeting ɛho ye hwe bibi afa budgeting ɛho said the bro for kasa ne ka no e ka budgeting and budget there wako school unko school I believe say what budgeting and asem nti ye ka say budgeting na said ye yate and asem no saying ena isite bro ni ka say budgeting na saying ena isite budgeting it means the process of creating a plan to spend your money. The process of creating a plan to spend your money. So last week we talked about income, how we can get other sources of income so we can live comfortably without being in debt. So this week we are going to talk about budgeting, how the incomes that we receive on a daily, on a weekly, on a monthly basis, we can spend those monies wisely. We can spend those monies wisely. So that is budgeting. And as the definition says, creating a plan to spend your money. You create your own plan to spend your own money. So we don't have a clear-cut budgeting format. It depends on you because it's your plan that will help you to spend your money. So my budget plan can be different from yours. It doesn't mean I'm doing the right thing or you are doing the right thing. So far as my budget is helping me to spend my money wisely, then I'm on the right track. So that is budgeting. Inti yeka se budget na kyerɛ sɛ wankasa no o yɛ ntutuye bi a usika bia na ɛba wonsɛm no obetimi ayusi sika no ɛyie ɛwɔ ne kwan papa so a onkɔ ɛkɛmu anaasɛ ɔho ɛnkyerɛ wo na said the last week you should be before sika buy and sell me hono sika ba won sem a edin abe spend ti kwan be na be fa so abe spend this kana sika no enko ye basa eno ne adesua ene ye ba ababa besua na ye be hwe ne ma ba ko mienu bi ebe me nya ntia se nti ye nto a adesua no so. We have a rule. I will start with the rule. We have a rule that we call the rule of thumb, or some will say the rule of money. And in that rule, there is a percentage allocation to things that we spend money on. So one, a certain percentage goes into savings. Two, a percentage of our income goes into our needs. Three, a percentage of our income goes into our wants. So that is the rule of thumb. So there is a percentage allocation to all these aspects of our finances, our savings, our needs, and our wants. And talking about our needs and our wants, your needs are things that you can't live without. So say your rent, your feeding, or transport expense, those things you need to cater for those things. And then your wants can be your vacation expenses, your shopping expenses, and other things that you spend money on that you can live without those things. But with your needs, you can't live without spending those monies, like your rent, like your expenses on feeding, expenses on transportation, because you need transport to move around, to work, to wherever you want to go to get those income coming in. So you need all those things. So in the rule of thumb, they have a percentage that you allocate to these things. And talking about this percentage, with the rule of thumb, they have the 50-30-20 rule. The 50-30-20 rules. Some people make their own allocation, but we are looking from the basis that is the 50-30-20 rule. And talking about the 50-30-20 rule, that means 50% of your income, every income that you get, 50% of it you allocate it into your needs. You allocate 50% into your needs, and then you allocate 30% into your wants, and then you allocate 20% into your savings. So whatever income that you receive, you save 20% of that money, you push 30% into your savings, into your wants, and then you push 50% into your needs. Somebody can also say, okay, I will do the 70-15-15 rule. That's a 70% into the person's needs, 15% into the person's wants, and then 15% into savings. Somebody can also say 70-20-10 rule. That is 70 into your needs, 10 into your wants, and then 20 into your savings. It depends on you how you allocate it. But I'm a Christian, so I'll talk in that regard. Even though you might be watching us and then you might not be Christian, but you have your own belief, you can also adjust your percentages to suit you in that regard. And Christians that believe in tithing, you have to factor your tithe, which is 10% of your income, into this rule. So you make sure you take out your tithe from your income, then you set the rule. If you don't believe in tithing, you believe in giving, giving out to people who need, the needy people, so you can set some monies aside for this. Okay, so as human as we are, and putting together a budget that will help us, we need to come out with this rule, a percentage that will help, that will suit you. So you know at the end of every month, okay, let's say I'm taking 1,000 cedis every month as my salary, or I receive 1,000 cedis income coming into my coffers every month. That 1,000 cedis, I'll push, say 70% of that, which is 700 cedis, into my need, and then I will put 20% of that money, which is 200 cedis, into savings, and then I'll put 10% of it, which is 100 cedis, into my wants. So when you get this rule, when you set these things right, then you start to put together a plan or a budget to spend your monies that you allocated into your needs, because you don't just wake up and just be spending money because you have funds available at your disposal to spend. No, you don't do that. So you need to plan so you spend all these things. nti abusuafoɔ sɛdeɛ yɛka no deɛ ɛkyerɛ nyinaa ne sɛ wobɛtumi ayɛ budget a ɛbɛboa wo ama wotumi atoto sikasɛm yie a yɛwɔ mmara bi wɔ hɔ a yɛfrɛ no the rule of thumb anaasɛ the rule of money. Sana broni kasa no yɛka no the rule of money anaasɛ the rule of thumb. Na deɛ ɛkyerɛ nyinaa ne sɛ woyɛ nhyehyɛeɛ a ɛbɛboa ma sika bi a ɛba wo nsɛm biara no wakyekyɛ mu egu ekuo a ɛbɛboa. Na ekuo no ɛyɛ ekuo mmiɛnsa, na ekuo mmiɛnsa no deɛ di kan no ɛyɛ nneɛma a yɛhia a wontumi ɛntwe wo ho mfiri ho sɛ woyɛ nipa abra mote ase sɛ metwe mo afiri saa nneɛma ho na metumi atena ase da bi ɛdan a wobɛsɛe sika wɔ saa nneɛma yi ho. ɛno ne yɛfrɛ no your needs, ɛna yɛ obi bi yɛfrɛ no want. ɛno ne deɛ sɛ woanya a still na no wobɛtumi atena ase a ɛnha adwen. Woyɛ nso a ɛbɛboa wabrabɔ ama wabrabɔ tumi akɔnkan. And then deɛ ɛtɔ so nso ɛyɛ sɛ yɛsie sika. Nti sika bi a ɛba wo nsɛm biara no ɛwɔ sɛ wonya emu bi a wasi wadwen pɔ wɔbɔ wadwen abɔ so sɛ sika wei deɛ mendi mede to hɔ ama medaakye, mede to hɔ ama wɔkyena. Na saa rule no ɛyɛ percentages ɛna wobɛkyekyɛ mu. Nti ɛka sɛ sika bi a wo nsa bɛka biara no emu half anaasɛ emu mmienu half wokyɛ mu mmienu pɛpɛɛpɛ a emu baako ɛbɛkɔ into your needs. ɛyɛ nneɛma a wohia a wontumi ntwe ho mfiri. ebi ne deɛ wobɛdi, baby a wobɛda sɛ wobɛtua rent, okay sika anaa fuel a wobɛtɔ ɛde akɔ ɛde aba. saa nneɛma wei ɛka ho bi sɛ ɔma school fees ne nyinaa ɛka o needs no ɛho, o utilities, o light bill, o water bill, nneɛma ɛwɔ so wotua wɔ fie no. all these things are part of your needs a wontumi ɛntwe ho ɛmfiri ho. And then wowie a ɛfa no a asa aka no na wakyɛ mu 30%, 20%. na emu 30% no wobɛtumi de akɔ into your wants. sɛ nneɛma a wei deɛ ɛho nyɛ sɛ ɛho hia but sɛ woanya a wobɛtumi atena ase. ebi ne den, ebi ne sɛ ebi a sɛdeɛ mepɛ m'abrabɔ no mepɛ sɛ afe biara no mekɔ vacation anaasɛ wɔ mu a mekɔ baabi kɔgye m'ahome kakra, mekɔ relaxe kakra, mekɔgye m'ani kakra. nti some of these things ne bi a mekɔ shopping ɛkɔtotɔ nneɛma baako mmienu bi. some of these things no ɛyɛ nneɛma a yɛfrɛ no want. sɛ ni hɔ a wankɔ vacation a wobɛtumi atena ase biribiara ɛnsi, biribiara ɛnha adwen. nti wobɛtumi allocate bɛyɛ 30% of usika bi a ɛba wo nsɛm no akɔhyɛ saa nneɛma wei mu. na afei emu 20% na aka no deɛ wakora ɛde ato hɔ ama wɔdaakye ɛde ama wɔkyena. because sika ɛba wo nsɛm biara no sɛ wodi ne nyinaa na womfa bi ɛnto hɔ a ɛkwan bi ani hɔ a ɛkyerɛ sɛ wobɛtumi ayɛ yie anaa ɛkwan bi ani ɛkyerɛ sɛ wobɛtumi ayɛ ɔdefɔ. definitely ɛbɛduru mmerɛ bi no wobɛhia sɛ wobɛnya emergency fund bi a wobɛtumi de asɔte ɛnoma baako mmienu bi out. nti sɛ woansie sika no bi, woankora sika no bi a ɛmboa. ɛna adeɛ baako nso sɛ woanya plan sɛ bosomi bia no percentage say ɛna income bia me de beto hɔ a na ɛkɔyɛ sɛ de bɛbɛ bia no de me spendi wie a de bɛka na me de beto hɔ a ɛmboa dabi ɛno ɛmboa ma wontimi ɛndi wo hyehyɛ so ma wontimi ɛnde wo ho sikasɛm mu. ɛn mama yɛrɛ mfi sɛ yɛka kwan yɛbɛfa so a yɛbɛtuma tena se a yɛbɛdi yɛn ho ɛwɔ sikasɛm mu. nti ɛno ne adeɛ a yɛka ho asɛm. na one mistake that a lot of people do is whenever we receive income, we spend or we take out our expenses before we take out our savings, which is very bad. So my advice to each and every one is whenever you get an income or you receive any money, try to save something out of that money first before you spend. It's very, very important. Otherwise, you might end up spending the whole money without saving a penny or a cedi out of that income that you receive. So whatever you are doing, whatever income that you are generating, try and make sure you save first before you spend. And it's very, very important. If you don't hear anything, if you don't get anything from today's studies, try and keep this for yourself. That going forward, whatever income that you receive, you save first 20% of it or any percentage of it before you spend, so that at the end of the day you get something paid to your own self into a savings account for you. Okay, inti ebusafo sika bia obenya bia no eba won sema try na the first na be na say dedi kan be ni say obete de obekra no ato ho ansa na wa spend ade ba koma hu ni say sika bia de be ma obi an enso sika bia anya enough obi o ha o ye adwuma o je 1000 cedis obon pa ye say ye beto na ketua mu akobe 2000 cedis nyame na dom ne eto aketua mu ko 2000 cedis a afei 2000 bosome ba ko mienu miensa echi no na afei sika na nyeden enso ni biem free say when you say your taste has changed, said ye o pa on your mano asesa ebi a first no na offer trotro and a kobe bia kubiano, but because I will seek a sem a cost rock crane to so be for taxi be for dropping na or the aqua baby at the kubian inti ama expenses near the ecostro inti so the no maybe say a share on I say from the beginning say in can be a winya biano percentage of it first thing is a obete e de akusebia e boa wan kasa ema utimi esiesika ema odach na won say sika basa basa na ye can be before budgeting ho no ye be hwe steps a ebetimi aboayen ama ya build a budget a steps that will help us to build a budget that works. Steps that will help us to build a budget that works. Inti said a media can budgets no you need a clear cut way say chenchina was a busumi biano or the 10 cities and a share accommodation. It depends on where you stay, it depends on the number of the size of your family, it depends on a whole lot of things to determine the amount you allocate to each and every budget item that you set aside. Inti no de enye chenchina say will be the 1000 cities and it's all say will be to another can chenchina also so de be sato dabi so show ho any usika eba wonsem no wait my den atoto sesika no na budget sorry steps no the di kind no say we have to set a goal, a budget goal. We have to set a budget goal. Na ye can budget goal no. Ye can setting the goal for a budget no. But I been now this way to say or set you can say budget no. And I say oh she budget no. Also nya botai bi. Say okay, the inti me me budget ni say me pese ke bi eba me nsembia no. Metimi use a crasika no eye metimi spend sika no eye na manyi sika no basabasa ama sika no anhye je so di bbc woni so obi won so obitima so di ntia me ye me budget ni say me pese me ye se na be ya me hu sika me spend e wo ade bia me spend on it pese me hu say okay bosumi bia so me spend 1000 cedis on call time and I say data any core credit obi nso betima ka say opeso hu say okay busum bia nso betima discipline ho no was save sika bi say for this number of period years inti also set goal odi bibi so ani so say wenti na me den me budget na budget na dey because say sika e buy ensem da bia no yentimi tina say abra yenye budget da bi wouldn't na say abroad your budget. It's the one say unim say okay, every month this is how much I receive on a monthly basis, or this is the income that I get on a monthly basis. You have to set your budget ahead of time before you receive that money. You don't wait to receive the money before you put things together. No. The ideal thing is you set the budget ahead of time and then you stick to the budget plan. You set the budget ahead of time and then you stick to the budget plan. So you don't wait to receive the money before you put things together. No. So you know already this money coming in, this is how I'm going to spend it. I'm going to spend this amount on this amount on that. You don't wait till you receive that money. Inti on train say sikaba be ka wonsa ansa no draw budget na dabi. Inti unim say oh bosome ya yebe simu ana ye obosome miensa ni mu. Inti yemfa ne say bosome na ya yebe simu no bosome no adwuma me ye no sika beba me nsem say 2000 cedis. Sa 2000 cedis no bosome me nsem ya ye wo mu ye March ye no na wa set wa your budget for April ato hodada. Wa your budget for April na to hodada. Inti sika ne beba no unim de odi bibia eden ekoye se ne be yen ko ba se sika no be ka wonsa epo no afi na wo betena se abi allocate ebi di akwada bi wan hwe sika no be ba no na wa spend awie nti advisable say sika no beba no na draw budget no awie. So you set your goal, that is the first one. And then two, you identify your income and your expenses. Inti so betimi aye budget a ebebo wa eso hu say okay sika eba me nsem bosome no eye sei enoma me pese me spend sika no ewo ho no eye enoma baako ABCD. Inti uhu sika eba won nsem, that is your total income. And last week as we learned, we have the primary income and then the secondary income, which I drew our attention to it, other ways that we can use to earn secondary incomes. So if you did not watch our video last week, kindly go back and then watch that video, and it will help you to know how you can also get other sources of income to add up onto your primary income. Inti eso wo sika eba won sembo so bia na what table down and nyoma or spend this sika no on it every month. Inti bit ma say okay bosumi bia no me sika me fa so amenya 2000 no bosumi me tia rent, me tia enkra school fees, me ba konhoma, me to fuel ana me faka, me kwa sorry me to offering. All these things obe noting nyina down. Until you noting nyina down, you know your income and then you know your expense items. And no bit my boy I'm waiting me this allocation na to me about it. That is the second one. The first one, you set a budget goal. This way you so person achieve, and then the toss me you identify your income and then your expense items. Now after the toss me answer, you have to separate your needs from your wants. Or say what treasure and your ma obe spend usika no on it or no your expenses no. You have to separate your needs from your wants. Say them di kind no. And when you be so why within the month BBNC and I say oh enchro oh how ubetimi atoa so akọ wanim ba ebi wo ha wanya e dia hohihia ebeba yemfa ne say utua rent bosumi bia na bosumi na so no wantua definitely ufira ebetu also kutua my school fees na wantua definitely yebe pam my school fees am ma betena fi but also ko vacation na se bosumi bi so na wan kwa menye sure so bia de ababa be do what you say aden na also call vacation no wanko it won't happen that way. So you have to separate your needs from your wants. And so okay, these things are important, I need to give it much attention. These things are less important, let me give it less attention. It will help you. But if you don't and then you put them all together and then you allocate percentages to them, at the end of the day you might spend a lot of money on your wants instead of your needs. You might spend a lot of money on your wants instead of your needs, which some of this money you could have allocated it into your savings account or into an investment that could have helped you. So try as much as possible. After listing your expense items, you have to separate your needs from your wants. These things I can do without it. These things I cannot do without it within the month. And it depends on you. It depends on you. We don't have a specific need item or a specific want item. It depends on you. That will let you know, okay, these are the things that I need, these are the things that I want. So try as much as possible then to do that. So, and talking about budgeting, if you haven't done anything with regards to budgeting before, after this studies, try as much as possible to draw a budget for next month and try your possible best to stick to the budget that you've drawn for your own self. Try as much as possible. It takes a lot of discipline to stick to your budget. It takes a lot of discipline to stick to your budget. I know a lot of people who draw their budget before the month starts, but unfortunately are unable to stick to the budget plan. They go astray, they are unable to stick to the budget plan. So it takes a lot of discipline to stick to your budget plan. So try as much as possible. Whatever you allocate, you need to stick to it. And talking about this discipline, you need to set a realistic budget. it's also very, very important. You don't just allocate funds for allocating sake. No, try and set a realistic budget so that you'll be able to stick to it. You don't just allocate funds, as I said earlier, but set a realistic target budget that you can stick to it. It said yeah, can I was say what che and your my here and then your my in here no be brain no we separate it team. Now we say oh I did ready here, I did ready in here be brain. Na it's me about na yeah can budget one sem no. But me fa we ntwem say budget ya dey ase wo set e ma wo ho a ne ye anase wo di so no adding na minimum crofo be bra omo draw budgets before the month starts, but omuntimi endi so because enema no mo de mo ehye de mo ho no na nye ade a realistic say the broni be kana na sanya ade a emu da ho a obetimi edi so nti o draw budget a try na draw budget a emu eda ho a wan kasa no ho enchiro bebre o budget na wadro no. So that is the third step. We are zooming into the fourth step, which is design your budget. After say who sika what set to go na that is your first step, setting your goal. Second, identifying your income and then your expense, and then third, separating your wants from your needs. The fourth thing that you need to do is design your budget. Design your budget. Put things on paper, write it down. Put things on paper, write it down. Don't just have it in your mind that okay, at the end of the month I'm going to spend this money on this, on that. No, try and put it on paper. Note it down, write it somewhere. There are a lot of apps online now that you can download that will help you to design a better budget for your own self, a nice budget for your own self. So you can go online to your Apple store or App Store or your Google Play Store, and then you search for, you can just type budgeting apps, and you get thousands of it, hundreds of it, that you can download one that will guide you to set a budget for your own self. So design your own budget, or you can use Excel. If you have any knowledge in Excel, you can use Excel to design your own budget for yourself. That will help you to get a nice budget to stick with it. And then the fifth step, you put your budget into action. You put your budget into action. Whatever you decide to do within your budget within a month, you try as much as possible to stick to it. You put your budget into action. As I said earlier, a lot of people draw their budget but are unable to stick to that. But try as much as possible that whatever you table it down, whatever you note it, whatever you write it down, you put it into action. So at the end of the day, you will be able to achieve your budget goal. And then the sixth step is you manage your seasonal expenses. You manage your seasonal expenses. You know, there are some expenses that comes once in a while, and some of these expenses you can do away with reviewing your budget on a monthly basis. There are some of these expenses that you can do away with. They are seasonal budgets, like funds given out to family members, funds that I know somebody who sets a budget and then allocates a portion of his income into giving out as loans, soft loans to people. You get it? A lot of people goes to him for financial support, so every month he allocates a part of his income into these things so he can also help people. This thing can be a seasonal expense. It might not be every month people will be coming to you for financial support, so it can be a seasonal expense. So you have to check, you review these things, and you can take it off some of the monthly budget items that you draw for your own self. And then finally, the seventh step, or the last step, is looking ahead. So talking about looking ahead, any good plan involves monitoring. So you need to monitor your budget. You need to monitor your budget, and as I said, you need to review it time on, or on a monthly, on a quarterly basis. You need to go back, review your budget, and make sure you're able to stick to it or not. Okay, you allocated these funds into this, were you able to do it, or you couldn't do that? So you need to review your budget. So you need to monitor your budget on a monthly basis and ensure that you are sticking to the plan, and in so doing it will help you to achieve your financial goals or your budget goals that you set for yourself, beginning the time that you setting the budget for yourself. So for said yeah makano we yes akwan a wofa so a obetumi asset budget e de ama wo ho, na so wodi so nso a ebetumi aboa wo ama watumi enya sika ede ato achi, watumi aspendi wo sika anase wo sika bi eba won sem, watumi ayusu e wo kwan papa so a ema onko ahokyere mu ana ema onko ahoyehia mu. Na de ba ko ne se yenya ye yankase adwuma no yemu bebre na no sika eba yensem bia no eba ya na spend se de ya epe no, nti se okwa yi a eno ane se sika bia ofili so de ko bon sen bia no na wayi na wo de ko bibi esi na also okobo a de na ebeka na koma bia na wayi efri ni business ni mu na o de ko on fa enoma entoto akwan mu and draw budget. So okay, I'm spending this money on that, I'm spending this money on this. Nimom said ye openu bia no na oye ni sika sem da bi oyesa emboa ema wontimi ensie sika ebe mo atimi enya ho dachi. Nti de betima boa oye wa wadwuma ene se 1 obetua ho ka, obetua ho ka. Nti se woye adwuma ma ho a e wo se utua ho ka se okay adwuma me ye senka me yema obi a kaboso me betua me kasai ana se kuma kofa obi na me de ahye ne nsa enka boso me betua ne kasai. It is sika na ka de betua no, pay yourself every month with that money. Into udi say sika no etua wo ka boso me bia, into you say okay boso me bia no medwuma me ye metua me ka 2000 cedis. So 2000 no ena me de hwe me ho ene me ma ene mabusua within the month. The beba so bia no me mfa so a me pushi de call your friend is saying afe me say okay afe ni nyina no, this is the profit that I made from my business, and as afe ni nyina no emfa so a me nyae o madwuma no emu. After some matete me expenses metua me hoka metua me other expenses nyina free me emfa so a eka echi no sa na businesses erane. Nti so ye adwuma ma obi a boso me betua waka obe classify as ne expense afe ne so a adwuma wura no ya ka echi no eno na ofa ne se ne mfa so, that is the profit. Nti so betima ye den aye bibisa na aboa na nkoba se de eba no wo spend no sa yimu bi ho abusa ne se mfa so se na wonya onim mfa so a eba ne nsem da bia onim sika eba ne se ne dia ne se okobi ne store no ne eto ade 100 cedis no wayimu 50 cedis e de adidwa e de aba akonhoma. Nti 50 cedis na aka no se ne milk asa no da kwa kofa bi e de abehim, se ni milo asa no da kofa bi e de abehim. Eno na bebre na eye na business no e kofom na afi yesi obi di sika boni abefra yesikem am yesika ahye ana so abaifo aba abesisa yesika dabi isan se went me amfa no ma antoto akwamu na wa monitor se de wo spend wo sika efa no ana sika eba adwum no wo spend ne fa no. Nti odi sika ne bebre enye obi ana abedi obi se wo sika na hye eje bia meto sika ni ma na sika na hye ne mum wa na wa spend sika no abra wani amba so say me spend sika no, but say o draw budget ama ho say okay boss me bia me tua me ho kase na de me tua me ho kana ne na me spend me sika no every mo a ebeboa wo ama otimi say emfa so say e na eba madwuma ni mo me di say e na ehye madwuma ni mo say e na me de to machi ama me dachi say e na me de ba adwuma no ho bra ebeboa wo ama adwuma no nso etimi atna say etimi akọ animo na enchena yede ye ne adesua no eba ewiye na mepese metwe yadwene si enuoma be enum bi eso ye ka bibi fa expenses ho no yenim se o draw budget ade a ohunhia ne se obe note down your expense items na ade ba akwa betimi aboa ama watimi wo expenses are best set for yourself sika obe allocate amano no wetimi additional enoma bɛɛ baako nsia a manoti wa ase ampɛ sɛ me ne wo ɛkyɛ. Dedi kan ne sɛ buy things in bulk. Buy things in bulk. So if you set an amount for groceries, it's advisable you buy those things in bulk. It helps you save some money instead of buying it one by one. When you buy it in bulk at wholesale price, it saves you some money. So try as much as possible to do these things. You buy your groceries in bulk for the whole month or for a week or for 2 weeks, and then when it's finished, then you go in to buy another. Some people even buy these things for, let's say, a quarter, on a quarterly basis. So they do their they buy foodstuffs, they buy their groceries for every quarter. They do it on a quarterly basis, and when you do this, it helps you save some money instead of buying it on a daily basis. And then 2, buy quality items. Buy quality items. When you buy quality items, it helps you save a lot of money. Most people think when they buy brand new items, they are pushing a lot of money into those items. No, rather you are saving from it. Instead of buying a second-hand goods or buying a used item, it's advisable you buy a brand new item and a quality item as well. You get it? So when you do these things, it helps you to save money. When you buy a used item, by the time your brand new item might get destroyed or spoiled, you might have bought or replaced your used item twice or thrice before you get in a new item. So try as much as possible to buy a brand new item or buy a quality item for your own self, so that you can spend you can save a lot of money on it. It might cost you, but trust me, it might save you some money at the end of the day, or in the long run it might save you. I'm a witness to some of these things. When you buy a brand new item or a quality item, it saves you a lot of money instead of buying a second-hand or a used item for your own self. And then 3, compare prices before making a purchase. Compare prices before making a purchase. So when you are going out to buy something, try as much as possible to compare prices. Don't just go and buy, no, but rather check 2, 3, 4 places to see if the price of the item is same across. It will shock you. Store A might bill you, say, 1,000 cedis for say a mobile phone, but shop B might bill it to you for, say, 950 cedis. The same phone, the same brand, the same specifications, but shop A is selling it for 1,000 cedis, shop B is selling it for 950 cedis. So try and compare prices before you make a purchase. In that doing, it saves you some money. Don't just rush into buying anything at any time. And then 3, do away with impulse buying. Do away with impulse buying. Try as much as possible to do away with impulse buying. Whenever you see something and you want to buy, don't just rush to buy it. If it's not within your budget for that month, don't just rush to buy this, but give yourself a day or 2. Go home, think about it, and see if you still need that item. Go and buy it. I repeat, if you see an item that you want to buy that is not within your budget, don't just rush into buying it, but rather go home, give yourself a day or 2 or 3 days, think about it, and see if you still need that item. Then you can go out and buy it. I bet you, if you give yourself 2 or 3 days, it might shock you. You might not need that item. It might be something that is within your needs and not your within your wants and not your needs. So try as much as possible not to involve yourself in impulse buying a lot. No, try as much as possible to do away with impulse buying, especially the ladies. Try as much as possible to do away with impulse buying. And then finally, take advantage of reduction sales. Take advantage of reduction sales. Most of the shops around at times do reduction sales. Try as much as possible to buy during this period of time, because in that doing, it saves you some money. can save you say 10 or 20% of that amount, and you can push this monies into your savings or into your investment. So try as much as possible to take advantage of reduction sales. And talking about reduction sales, Black Friday is available every November. During that period, shops reduces their items, so you can take advantage of this period, that week, and then do a lot of purchase things that you need. You can note them down and then you buy within that period, because around that time prices of goods might be low compared to other months. So try as much as possible to take advantage of reduction sales, and then it will help you to save money. It will help you to save money. Okay, so wrapping up for today. Today we learned something about budgeting, and you've learned something about the steps that we need to put in place to set budgets for our own selves. And then also we learned that budget simply means creating a plan to spend your money, creating a plan to spend your money. And you got to know you need to write down your expense items. You don't just go about spending money. No, you need to write down your expense items before you draw your budget. And then also we learned that with budgets you need to discipline yourself before you can stick to your budget plan. So don't forget to discipline yourself whenever you draw a budget for yourself. And then, as I said earlier, draw a realistic budget. Draw a realistic budget that you can stick to, and it will go a long way to help you. Thank you very much for your time. This is where we will draw the curtains for today. God willing, next week when we come around, we will look at savings and investment. We will look at savings and investment. But before we go into that, I just want to give you an assignment. Think about this scenario and then let me know the one that you choose for yourself. You can drop your choice in the comment section, and then next week when we come around, we will talk about it. So let's say I'm giving you two options. So you choose one option, or you choose one for your own self, but you drop your option in the comments box. I'm giving you 3 million Ghana cedis today. I'm giving you 3 million Ghana cedis to keep for yourself today. Don't spend that money, but rather you can spend that money after a month. I'm giving you 3 million Ghana cedis today. Don't spend that money until after a month or after 30 days. Or I'll give you 1 CD today and double it every single day for a month. I'll give you 1 CD or $1 today and double the money, the value of your money every day for 30 days. Which one do you want? 3 million CDs today, or 1 CD or $1 today, which doubles on a daily basis for 30 days before you spend or before you invest? So let me know your option. Drop it in the comment section, and next week when we meet and we get to know which option is the best or which option is good for you. So drop your option, and then next week, as I said, we'll be talking about savings and then investment. Savings and then investment. Don't miss next week's session. It's very, very important. Thank you very much for your time. And as I said earlier, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Adkwart Studio on YouTube. Adkwart Studio on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and then you click on the notification button as well, so that anytime you drop a video, you get a notification and then you watch our videos. Share and like our videos. Drop your comment, drop your questions, and we will be glad to answer you. And if you are watching us on Facebook, don't forget to like and then share our videos as well. And if you have any question, don't forget to also drop it in the comment section, and then we'll be glad to answer you. Thank you very much for your time. My name is Owusu Echao, and then we will meet, God willing, next week. Bye for now. Thank you.